people, it's Temi if you're new here, and my studio is finally done. It has taken me 4 months to complete this project because apparently I'm a slow coach, but I'm glad to be able to take you guys on the journey of my studio renovation from where we started off to what we're looking like now. To be honest, it's not 100% perfect, so I might still change things up in the future. However, I'm sure you can agree that it has come a long way. This studio for me is my spare room, it's a small room, and I wanted to make sure I had enough space to do all of the art I need to do. So I've got 2 desks, one for my computer where I do all of my editing, but a second one just dedicated to art. But also I wanted a dedicated filming area and somewhere that I could just leave my equipment up all the time and it wouldn't cause any disruptions. So I think I've definitely managed to do all of that, and I will take you on the journey now. So let's look at what it was looking like before. So from the door, this is what you see, and I don't like the fact that you just see equipment. Like if I leave this door open, all you just see is equipment. So I want something more aesthetic over here. And I always like the fact that for the length of the room, I could have both desks, but really both desks don't need to be next to each other. So I'm happy to move things if I need to. Over here, I've got this bookshelf and miscellaneous extra art stuff. Those are nail stuff. Then I've got just a set of drawers with loads of art stuff, miscellaneous random extra bits because I have no storage at all. So I've got like my printer box, random bits like that. I use this for storage, and this is normally the backdrop of my Temi's tirade videos. Got some storage down here. This is where I edit my videos, my printer next to me, my mic always next to me. Miscellaneous pens for quick, easy reach. And this is my filming side. So I've got a couple of tripods here, some random art equipment for easy reach. So usually like drawings I'm in the process of doing, just random bits, and my lights. This is the starting point, and there are many things I don't like about the studio at the moment. The mismatched different woods for starters and the lack of storage. I also really don't like the current layout with the 2 desks next to each other, and the fact that when you walk into the room, the first thing you see is mess with the wires and the tripod and stuff. Overall, it's just really full and cluttered, and it's not an inspiring space for me at all. So thinking about a new layout, I want to split the room into zones, so like having an office area, an art area, and a filming area, and just a clean vibe and look overall. So I'm thinking of moving my editing desk to the middle of the room and then having my art desk tucked away in the corner, so I can hopefully have filming equipment hidden to the left of the door. And yeah, I think I'll play the rest by ear, but it's time to start moving things around. This is a budget makeover, so I don't really want to buy anything new. In fact, all of the furniture in here was free or very cheap. So I'll either move it to another room or upcycle it if I'm not feeling the vibe. I definitely want this side to be my filming area, so I will bring the lights over, and so that's facing that way, and yeah. This chest of drawers is full to the brim and is so heavy. I had zero business trying to move this by myself, but I didn't have a choice. And I definitely broke it more than it already was. To be honest, it's already on its way to the bin and it was basically free. I'll be upcycling it later just so that the look agrees with my vibe for the space. Now that I've moved the art desk over, I definitely think I can get rid of the bookshelf. It just feels like a little too much for this space, and I want to put a different shelf behind the art desk so that I can also use that area for my filming area. So I bought a shelf, and this is the main new thing that I bought for this space, and it was pretty cheap as well. I got it on Amazon. By the way, I've left a link to my Amazon store and you can shop some of the items I have in my studio. Okay, so I've grouped everything. Here are the smaller parts and some of the wood, some wood there, and then the longer parts. So let's go. But with this shelf, I wanted something decorative but also functional. And with the way you can put it together, you can change up the heights, you can change up the formations. So in a future studio or a future home, I can really change this up, which makes it really versatile. Now this is what the shelf is looking like complete, and I'm really loving this. I'm definitely loving this a lot more than I thought it would, especially because it was so cheap, but I think it looks really nice.
I want it to be decorative but also functional. So for part of it that will be directly behind me in the shot, I want it to look a little pretty, but then I also want to use it for actual storage. So I want to be able to store some of my actual art supplies on some of these shelves.
Okay, so this is what she's looking like. I have arranged a little bit of a shelf situation. I'm not sure if that will stay. I've got that plant. I've got this camera set up. I've got this boom arm, and it's meant to be really good. And it just kind of stays in place. And I'm thinking of using it for overhead shots as well. So I returned the other tripod that was here because I felt like this area was getting too busy, but just having this and this feels a lot less busy. But in thinking this area is still too busy, like this side of the room just screams chaotic to me. I'm thinking of getting rid of this and putting this in another room, like my living room or something. So this is what it looks like in the lampshade, and it's giving me like a goldish glow that I'm feeling with that. So I'm here for that.
And now it's time to upcycle the chest of drawers. I'm really not feeling this brown at all, so I'm gonna paint it white. I was trying to decide between black and white, but I think in the corner that it's going in, I just needed to be mute and I don't really want to draw attention to the drawers. Yes, I bought an electric sander because I definitely want to do more upcycling projects in the future, and I just thought might as well make the investment now. The paint I'm using and everything will be linked down below. I ended up putting, I think, 3 coats of white paint, and I'm definitely feeling the white way more than the brown I had. I started this upcycling project in May, and in August, my 100k YouTube plaque finally came. It will make a very nice addition to my shelf. Now for the last final bit. And it's time for the reveal. Let's get a reminder of what the studio was looking like before, and here is what it's looking like now.
Here's a quick overview of the room, and I'm just going to take you around starting with my work desk. I've really just simplified this area, really tried to clear the desk out. The printer is staying in that corner because I need easy access to it. I'm always editing on this computer. This back area is not the neatest. My microphone is back there with my headphones, my hard drive. I need some cable management, but that's the least of my worries right now. Here's the other side. You can see my mic maybe a little clearer, so I bring it out when I need to edit and it just lives behind the monitor. These 2 books is my YouTube planning bullet journal. I write everything in here. And this is my normal bullet journal, and yes, I still use it, I just don't do aesthetic spreads anymore. Last few things on this desk. These are the pens I reach for the most, and I always have lip balm next to me. My coaster for drinks. Moving on to this side of the room, this is the chest of drawers that I painted white, and you can see it just needs to go in the bin. So this was just like the last save for it before I replace it, but I'll show you what's inside each of the drawers. The top drawer's looking a little bit rough, but I promise it's an organized mess. This basket has my Himi gouache and some paintbrushes and other gouache related things. This has some prints of some of my art that I put behind me, and also some random sketches. This second one is my nails drawer. If you guys don't know, I do my nails myself and I really love doing my nails. So I've just bought loads of junk for my nails basically, and I keep them all in here. Some more of them are on the shelf that I'll show you in a minute, but most of them are in here. Now this next one is my art drawer. So it's got random bits like tracing paper. I've got loads of different sketchbooks in here as well. I have loads of coloring pencils in here as well. They're all just stacked up inside here. The Crayola crayons from my recent video. Just all my fine art supplies are in here. And this box, this Amazon Basics box, is just a box of batteries.
Now here's my filming backdrop corner. So this is the shelf you saw me build, and this is how I have it arranged. And I've just got this fake plant in a spare vase that I had on this basket because I needed it high enough for my videos. So this is what it looks like as the backdrop to my talking videos. And on the shelf, most of the pieces are decorative. I used to use that years ago, and I'd properly write down, you know, my plans for the week, but I haven't done that in a long time. It's just there, purely decorative. This was a gift from my friend, and it's Proverbs 31 verse 25. I just love it. On this next shelf, I've just got some random books, and this frame that I change up the artwork on the inside. And then this is where it becomes slightly more functional. Although I have my 100K plaque on display, then I've got a few candles. I really love candles. That's something about me. I love candles. And I found one with a tea on it, so I was like, that should be cute. And then on this side, I've got some coloring pencils and my graduation picture. And behind my plaque, I've just hidden some spare candles, some random candle holders. And then this is where it completely gets functional, because you can't see this in the back of my videos. So I've got alcohol markers you can see, but also behind. I've got my Prismacolor pencils on top, more alcohol markers here. Guys, I bought these Copics probably like a year ago now, and I just haven't, like, I wanted to do a video with them, but the way my schedule is. And then behind here, I've got printer ink and some more nail stuff. So that is a whole thing of like 30 something nail polishes. And then these are nail glitters. On the final shelf, I have 2 storage boxes. So they actually have non-art related things in them. I've got like hair stuff in this one, and I couldn't tell you what's in that one, to be honest. But on top of it, I've got my guillotine. Okay, so we are at the final station. This is what it looks like from this side. So I've got my 2 lights here. I've got 1 basket on the table, and then I've got a storage box behind the chair. I guess the first thing that's probably distracting you are these arms. So this is what it looks like from this angle. I have my microphone on its own boom arm, and then I've got this other boom arm, which is a lot better quality, and it holds my heavy camera really well. So I use this boom arm for any overhead shots that I need to film. So I mount my camera on my ring light for my talking head videos, and then I would just have this microphone out of frame so that you can't see it. By the way, all of my equipment, everything in my studio is linked in my Amazon store if you want to know where I got specifics from. And both boom arms are easily removable. So if I want my studio to feel more clear, I just remove them. So for the last bit of this tour, in this basket, I just have things that I'm using. So normally my desk wouldn't be as clear as it is now, because I would always have stuff out, but I'm actually in between videos at the moment. So the next thing I'm going to film is with the crayons, Colours of the World, which is why I've got it in here. I've also got moisturizer because I can't be having dry hands when it's time to film. My iPad in here as well, which is where I put my reference pictures. I have printer paper, my sharpener, so I need that the most handy, a coaster, and my camera at the moment is just charging, but I normally leave it on the actual tripod or the boom arm. Now this corner, cable management, where I just have things like thrown around, and my bin. I have my reflector just hidden away on the side. And in these drawers, this looks like a mess, but I promise it's an organized mess. I have all of my sellotapes. This is like my stationery cupboard, because I've got all my sellotapes, scissors, blue tack, you know, things that I need, stapler, things that I need easy access to. This one was my bullet journal drawer for a while, and I just haven't gotten rid of the stuff in here. So it's like miscellaneous, like stamps, my thermal printer. And the final one is more of my tech drawer. So I've got spare wires. So I've got all of my extra sharpeners, like camera stuff, my remote for my light, my phone tripod, things like that. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the makeover. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.